We are set today for a status hearing in this case, and the court will recognize that the department is present, represented by Ms. Leslie Levi, and joined by Ms. Serna Quiroz, who I understand is the new caseworker assigned to the case. In addition, Ms. Tamika Temple is here, having been appointed as the attorney ad litem for both Ms. Diane Carter and Mr. Kelly Carter. They're both present as well. And we also have Mr. Buddy Dykes here. He is the attorney and guardian ad litem for Cody, and Cody is here as well. I will state for the record, I had a really nice conversation and discussion with Cody yesterday with Mr. Dykes, and so was able to get up to speed on his new placement and how things are going, and maybe a few issues we can talk about today that we need to address. So I did want to share that I was able to have that. And I'm sorry I didn't recognize that Miss Pam McCloskey is here with Post-Adopt Services. Thank you for being here as well. Appreciate your input and participation. All right, so we're set for a status hearing. The purpose of a status hearing is to ensure that there are appropriate service plans in place for each of the parents, and that we have services set up that can help address the potential for reunification. And Ms. Levi, with that in mind, I'll turn it over to you and allow you to get us started.
Thank you. I would call my client. Please state your name for the record.
My name is Maria Serna Quiroz.
And are you the caseworker for this case?
Yes, I was just recently assigned the permanency specialist.
And you filed a service plan with this court on January 31st. Is that correct?
A family plan service was for the court.
And have you had a chance to go over that family plan of service with Mr. and Mrs. Carter?
Our good time it was
She's breaking up real bad.
over.
Could you try
Just
that
wait
one
a-
more time?
Yeah, try that one more time, Ms. Serna Quiroz.
I'm sorry. I wasn't the worker at the time that it was filed with the court. The previous worker did go over it with the parents.
And now the copy filed with the court does not have the parents' signatures. Have you, is there a copy that they've been able to sign?
That I'm aware of.
Can you get with their attorney and with the parents and make sure that that service plan is reviewed with them and that they're given an opportunity to sign it?
Yes, I can do that.
What services are being asked of Mr. and Mrs. Carter?
For my understanding, it has been for them to participate in the treatment plan for Cody, to do family group therapy, and also just to be in touch with the worker.
Do you believe that those services are narrowly tailored and necessary to achieve reunification with the child?
Yes,
And are you asking that that service plan be made in order of this court?
yes.
Where is Cody currently placed?
He was moved on the 10th of January to Cedar Crest in Belton, Texas.
And how is he doing in that placement?
From my understanding, he's doing well, with the exception that he tried to run twice since being placed there.
What type of placement is Cedar Crest?
It's an RTC placement.
And have you been able to talk with Cody about why he's running and to try to address some of those concerns?
No, I have not. I just got on the case as of February 3rd. So I'm fairly new with the case.
Can you commit to this court to going out and having those conversations with Cody?
Yes,
Are all of his medical and dental needs up to date?
they are still pending. Was looking through Superior Health, and there's nothing there yet.
Okay, and can you confirm to follow up Can you commit to this court to follow up on those appointments?
Yes, I will.
Does Cody need any services that aren't currently being provided by Cedric Trust?
Not that I'm aware of at this time.
And to your
I know
knowledge,
he is doing individual therapy. Sorry.
is there any Native American ancestry in this family?
No.
I'll pass the witness.
All right, Ms. Temple, do you have any questions for Ms. Serna Quiros?
No questions, Your Honor.
Mr. Dykes?
One of these days I'm going to learn this. Not at this time, Your Honor. She's too new to the case right now, I think.
All right, well, you may not know this, Ms. Serna Quiros, but I spoke to Cody yesterday and learned that he has broken his glasses, and that is an issue for him at this time. He's indicated school-wise, it's impeding his ability to read and participate in that. Is that something you can immediately have assessed and work with the placement to get new glasses?
Yes.
Okay. And we discussed how he needs to be careful with them going forward because Medicaid isn't very generous with multiple prescriptions a year. So, but that is something you can work on immediately.
I can see what we can do for it. I know Medicaid that was a second pair through Medicaid, and that is the limit through Medicaid.
Okay.
So
Well, if it's
we can see
ordered
what we
that,
can work with.
well, I'll go ahead and order it today and hope that that will help because the answer is not for Cody to go without glasses. So we need to get that fixed.
Yes.
All right. So let me ask Ms. Levi, do you have additional witnesses you wish to call?
No, Your Honor, the state would rest.
Ms. Temple, do you have any witnesses you wish to call this afternoon?
No, Your Honor, I rest.
Mr. Dykes?
No.
All
No.
right. Do you want to add your assessment of how things are at this point and where we're headed?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. I visited Cody in January 28. So I went up there and visited. I had intended to tour the premises, but I wasn't able to work that out because you have to be escorted around the premises because of its lockdown nature. I'll try to get that next time I run up there. But from what I could observe, it was a decent place. It was clean. Staff appeared to be pretty professional and seemed to get along with what patients I saw besides Cody. I was able to sit down and talk with him for a while. He seemed to be adapting to the place. He's had a couple of wrinkles, but I think he's willing to work that out. So I think as of right now, we just need to see how it goes at this RTC. And I am quite concerned about his glasses. Hopefully we can get that worked out. And I can't think of anything else right now. So that's it.
Okay. And Cody, I know we spoke yesterday and you shared how you were doing. Is there anything else you want to add today that you might have forgotten yesterday or want to emphasize while we're all together?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Well, that's good. Thank you so much. All right. Well, based on the testimony the court has heard today, the court is going to find that each of the service plans created for Mr. and Mrs. Carter respectively are reasonable and appropriate under the circumstances to help address the concerns that led to this case and to help facilitate the potential for family reunification. As such, the court is going to adopt and approve them and make them a formal order of this court. Court is also going to continue Cody's placement, find that continuation of that placement is in his best interest, that all of his physical, emotional, special and academic needs are being met there presently, and that it is in his best interest to remain there. Court is also going to find that it's the least restrictive placement for him, given his special needs and individual circumstances. And we're lucky to have you there. I was able to hear yesterday that not only is there weekly individual therapy, but I know family therapy is getting arranged, and Mr. and Ms. Carter are participating, and that there's daily group therapy. And so that is what I definitely, when we spoke at our original hearing, I wanted a therapeutic placement, and we're there. We've got that. So I know it's not in our backyard. It's a little further. And Cody mentioned that to me, that, I mean, his goal is to get closer to family. Not necessarily, he knows he's not ready to come home right now, but he wants to be closer to his family and siblings, so that he can at least visit a little more often. And, I think that's a very viable goal, but for right now, he's exactly where we want him to be to benefit from the services there. My understanding, he is playing basketball, having a few minor injuries, but seems to be doing okay. And we're waiting on a little brace for his knee so that he can continue to play without ongoing issues or problems. But it seems to me we have a good placement to work through and to try to achieve some goals. One of the things that Cody also mentioned, and I wanted, if you don't mind me sharing, Cody, because I mean, this is really about you and planning for your future and what you want to see happen for yourself and in your life, is that, I mean, his goal is to get to a placement closer to home, as we mentioned, and hopefully work towards exploring perhaps a transitional living program as well. And so I think those are very worthwhile and achievable goals. And I was really happy to hear him think about his future and want to work towards that. So we all want to support you, Cody, and Mr. and Mrs. Carter, we want to support you as well. And I think the services that are in place right now will help us move in that direction. So I do want Miss Serna Quiroz, I know you just took over the case, but I'd like for you to make an immediate trip to Cedar Crest to visit and to establish that relationship with Cody. He knew that you were new on the case but hadn't met you yet. It's my understanding there's also an ICU worker that is making contact there. But since Cody is placed out of region, I just want to emphasize it's my expectation that we make a very regular visits to check in and make sure he's got his needs met. I did ask if he had all the clothing. He looked very sharp yesterday, had a very nice jacket on yesterday. So he seems to be good on clothes, shoes, all those things. But I don't want there to be anything that he does need that we're not following up and ensuring that he gets. So let me just say this. I've set a scheduling order in this case to set forth all of our future hearing dates in this matter. And I want to share those with you so that you know each and every time we are expected or we will be returning to court in this matter. Our next hearing is an initial permanency hearing scheduled for May the 10th at 1 p.m. We have another permanency review before final order on August the 9th at 11:30, and a final trial on October the 11th at 9:30. That will be emailed to the parties in this case. If you see it in your email inbox, please sign it and return it to my coordinator, Virginia, so that we can file it with the court and we have assurances that each of you know when you're expected to return to court in this matter. In addition, I think that's it. I think I've covered everything. I do want to make sure that the order reflects that I'm specifically ordering the department to seek Medicaid to get new glasses for Cody out. And failing, if Medicaid does not pay, the department is currently the managing conservator and is responsible for that payment. All right. Anything else?
Your
Your
Honor,
Honor?
may I address the court about the family?
Yes, absolutely, Ms. McCloskey.
I've been working with the family since December of 2021 in post-adopt, and they have two adopted children, Cody and then his birth brother, also Colton. I'm still involved with the family for two reasons, Your Honor. One, because Colton, I'm recommending and providing services for that child, as well as whatever belong in the court order. I want to hope that the family meets those needs so the child can be reunified, because that is the goal. Do know that the family has been in phone calls and visits and treatment plans and ARDs. So they're very involved in what is necessary to get their child back, whether it was court ordered or not. Also do know that they did attend Chosen, the parent training, and they did complete that training December 8th. So this is truly an involved family. I've worked with them a long time and hoping to do so and assist you and all the other professionals here what is in the best interest of Cody and his birth brother.
Well, thank you. We're very lucky to have you on board. And thank you, Mr. and Ms. Carter, for engaging in those services, even though they weren't specifically part of, any court order. It's a genuine reflection of your commitment and concern for Cody, and that I think is important for him to hear and understand too.
Can I address the court?
Yes, Ms. Carter.
I just want to say I really appreciate everybody involved. And I know that it's been very difficult for Maria to catch on because literally she just took over. But the lady that she took over from Jordan did a wonderful job in finding this placement. This is just exactly what we had been wanting for Cody, and we're not able to get him on our own. I feel like he's in a safe place. I feel like he's not having to go away to school, which really, really helps him. He's run away twice, but honestly, I am ecstatic about that because that's really an improvement for him. And I'm really proud of him. He's starting to want to work the services, and he seems to be okay with what's going on there. So I just really, I know poor Maria is having a hard time keeping up, but her predecessor did a great job, and I know that Maria will catch on very soon. It's just she hasn't had any time to do that. And of course, we're going to help and do whatever we can. But I just really am appreciative of Pam. Of course, has been wonderful to work with this whole time. But this is, I feel like Cody is on a good path, and I hope it stays that way. So I just want to thank all of you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we love Cody.
Yes. Well, thank you for saying that. Most importantly, Ms. Temple, you had something else to add?
Yes, Your Honor. Would you like me to attend any of the other hearings? I know you said I would be discharged after this hearing. Would you need my services in any of the permanency hearings coming up?
I don't expect that it will be. I'm glad you brought it up. At this point in time, since we're very I don't think so. I think I can dismiss you, but since you are familiar with the case and have a relationship with Mr. and Ms. Carter, if at any point in time I feel that it's appropriate for you to come back on board, I will not hesitate to reappoint you. But I appreciate your assistance for Mr. and Ms. Carter at a difficult time, and was precisely why I made that appointment. And I thank you for your role, because I think it helped get us to this point, and we're at a good point for us to, I think, make progress, and specifically for Cody, because I see very positive things for him as well. So thank you, Ms. Temple, for bringing that up. I will dismiss you at this time.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. So, all right, so we'll be back on May the 10th at 1. Mr. Dykes, you know, for sure that if we need, I'm happy to meet with Cody before that hearing as well. And at any point between now and that time, if there's an issue that we need to address. So, Miss Marion, thank you so much for assisting with Cody's participation today. Is there anything you wanted to bring up before we go?
No, Your Honor, you just said May 10th. Did you mean April 10th?
It's May 10th.
May 10th. Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right. Well, you all have a great afternoon. If there is nothing further, all parties are excused.
Thank
Thank
you.
Thank you, Your Honor.